Good morning. As a follow-up to last Friday's press conference and wanted to make this a regular occurrence to update our community about some of the crime that we've seen over the previous week. This last week has been a very tragic and very violent week within the city of Oakland. We've lost 5 lives due to very tragic and violent incidents. We lost a 17-year-old young lady in regards to a fatality hit and run. And we had 3 shooting incidents in which we had 4 victims that have lost their lives. I'm going to have Deputy Chief Shavies of our Criminal Investigations Unit update the public in regards to those 3 shooting incidents. And then I'll have Deputy Chief Johnson give an update in regards to the hit and run fatality, and then we'll open it up for questions. Okay? Chief Shavies?
Thank you, sir. Good morning, everyone. The first incident that we'll discuss was a quadruple shooting incident that occurred on August 17th of this year. Officers responded to a ShotSpotter activation in the 1600 block of 83rd Avenue. Upon their arrival, they discovered 4 victims in the parking lot suffering from apparent gunshot wounds. Aid was rendered, but unfortunately 2 of the individuals, one male and one female, succumbed to their injuries there on scene. There were 2 additional females that were transported to a local hospital where they are expected to survive. On Monday of this week, August 19th, the Marin County Sheriff's Office were able to take 2 individuals in custody based on the investigative work our homicide investigators and our patrol officers doing a preliminary investigation for warrants that existed for their arrest. Those individuals have since been booked, and the case has been presented to the District Attorney's Office for charging. Just last night, just after 7 p.m., officers responded to a ShotSpotter activation in the area of Ney and Ritchie Street, the 7900 block of Ney Avenue. When officers arrived, they found a male suffering from apparent gunshot wounds. Aid was rendered, and unfortunately, the gentleman did not survive his injuries. During the preliminary investigation, officers found that 2 additional subjects were responded to Highland Hospital, showed up at Highland Hospital suffering from apparent gunshot wounds from the same incident. Those 2 individuals, one male and one female, are expected to survive their injuries. A few hours later, around 11 p.m., another ShotSpotter activation alerted officers to an incident that occurred at Harry's Drive-In at 90th Avenue and MacArthur Boulevard. Units quickly responded to the scene to find a male subject suffering from apparent gunshot wounds. Aid was rendered as well, but unfortunately, the gentleman succumbed to his injuries. Patrol and homicide investigators are working to identify a possible motive in any individuals who may have been involved or responsible for this incident. We're asking that anyone with information on any of these 2 incidents overnight contact the Oakland Police Department's homicide section at 510-238-3821. Last night marked one of the Oakland Police Department's, we held one of the police department's quarterly ceasefire call-in events. In attendance were ceasefire strategy partners to include the City of Oakland's Department of Violence Prevention, Faith in Action, and various local, state, and federal law enforcement and prosecutorial bodies. OPD is committed to the tenets of the ceasefire strategy to reduce group and gang violence. We're grateful for the partners that were at the table, but even more grateful for the young men who were in attendance, who listened to the message and who are on their way to accepting services. The agency can't do it alone. We continue to appreciate and uplift our partners in the community at large that help keep, that are helping to increase public safety. Thank Thank you all.
All right, hello everyone. Deputy Chief Casey Johnson. I'll be talking about the fatal hit and run that occurred on International Boulevard. So on Monday, August 19th, at around 6:37 p.m., an individual was driving a red Chevy Impala, where the individual was involved in a minor vehicle accident, rear-ending a vehicle in the 6700 block of International Boulevard. Upon rear-ending that vehicle, this vehicle fled at a high rate of speed from that accident eastbound on International Boulevard in the dedicated bus lane in excess of 80 miles an hour. While fleeing from that accident, two Oakland residents, a mother and a daughter, were crossing a dedicated crosswalk when this individual driving this red Chevy Impala struck both the mother and daughter, fatally injuring the daughter and critically injuring the mother. That individual then continued to flee eastbound on International Boulevard without stopping, where that individual then later collided in the 8300 block of International Boulevard with a tree and several other vehicles, disabling this person's vehicle. Upon this third accident, the individual fled his vehicle, at which time our local residents and passing motorists detained this individual until police arrived to take this individual into custody. The suspect who was driving that red Chevy Impala appeared to be unlicensed and under the influence of alcohol at the time of the collision. The Oakland Police Department will continue to work with the California Highway Patrol and the Alameda County Sheriff's Department to provide additional traffic enforcement efforts in and around all bus lane violators and those who are violating the bus lane roads here on International and throughout the city of Oakland. Thank you.
All right, we're going to open up to questions.
I'm sorry. Yeah, you want to open up for questions? I want to just say real quick. You know, we've had 5 people to lose their lives in this last 7 days, and all through, you know, people being reckless and senseless in their actions. We've had a 17-year-old young lady and her 47-year-old mother. Well, the 17-year-old lost her life, and her mother's, you know, is seriously injured because of a drunk driver. We had 2 people die in that first incident last Saturday in regards to a disturbance over a parking spot. We had some gang and group violence in regards to the second shooting, and this third shooting that we had late last night was in regards to a disturbance. We are trying to work with our young folks out in the community right now. We had a call in last night, and we had 10 individuals there that are seeking help. What I am asking is for our community to take a serious look at ourselves internally about how quickly we result to gun violence. We have to stop this. There is no reason why we had 4 people shot in the city of Oakland within a week. There's no reason why this young lady lost her life and her mother is critically injured within a week. We have to do better as a city, Oakland. We have to do better.